Hello people, I'm back and today we're going to record another video and this how to build a computer series. Previous episode was a bit kind of not really that clear explained, I think, so hope I do a better job this time, but let's just do it. Today we're going to talk about adders, and these things right here are like models of adders. So how do they work? Well, we have A input and B input and another A input and another B input, and you can just take this thing and you can just stack it over and over again as much as you want, and you put a binary number in the A inputs and a binary number in the B inputs, and it just calculates the output, and it gets the output from here in a binary number. So how does this work? Well, let's first see how we can add normal numbers. So we'll just make a little thing right here. So let's say we want to add 55 and 65. Alright? So we should put like this thing underneath, and we first add up the 5s. So we get 10. We put a 0 or 0 under there, and we put like a 1 on top of the 5 and 6. We just remind that. So we have like the 55 and the 65 and 0, and we remind a 1 above here. Okay, so then we add a 6 and a 5 and a 1, and that's 12. So we put down the 2 and we erase some spaces. Right, so 20, and we have the 1 floating up here, and we just drop that down so it becomes 120. I think you all know what I'm talking about, and this is just normal addition. Well, those numbers, oh, getting Skype messages, popular, no, not really, but you know what I mean. So we have like the ones that were floating up there, we call them carries. Alright, so one cell, this is one adder cell, it has this carry out that just tells I have an overflow and it's more than 10, so I carry it to the next bit. And this is like the next digit, but now it's a binary number, and it can also give one to another. So those are carry ins and carry outs. Let's just yeah, if we have an just watch to one single cell and only half of it. So we have an A input and a B input, and the sum and the carry out. So 0 plus 0 is of course just plain 0. 0 plus 1 is of course, the sum is 1. 1 plus 0 is of course 1. And 1 plus 1 is 2. I know if you want to put them in a binary number, you switch them over, but for now it doesn't matter. It's just this is the carry out and this is the sum. This row is the sum, carry out. When I know how to give a world out for download, I'll do it, and you can just study this yourself, and yeah, you have all the time you need. So what can we see? 0 plus 0 is 0. Well, that's kind of obvious, but can we use this maybe? Why don't we check when does it give a 1 as the output, like the sum? So here, watch this. This has a 1. So 0 plus 1. Okay, let's remind that. And hey, watch this. Another 1. So that is 1 plus 0. So if it's 0 1 or 1 0, the sum line needs to turn on. We know how to do that, right? We have for ourselves the XOR gates. Well, that's an XNOR, but this is an XOR gate. So we can just build an XOR gate right here. Like that, a bit of that, maybe some of this. If you want some of this, or blocks random there, and 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 some redstone there, and 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 that space. So we slash time set 0, and so. Alright, this is just the simple basic XOR we've already covered in previous videos, right? Okay. So let's go ahead and watch the carry out. When does the carry out turn on? Not here, not here, not here. Ah! It turns on here. So only when A is 1 and B is 1. An AND gate. Well, we also know how to make an AND gate. We need to invert input A, and watch this, the input goes into the torch, so that gets inverted, and invert input B. We have here the input into a torch, so that gets inverted. We need to OR these together. We OR them through this block in the redstone, through the block in the redstone, so we OR them, and we need to invert them again. So why not OR it not into this redstone, but into this block? Because the power goes from the torch into the block, into the redstone, into the block, and goes from the torch here into the block. So if we plop a torch there, that's an AND gate. And we can even put a lamp to show it. So one on, nothing happens. Other one on, nothing happens. But both on, because this torch turns off, this torch turns off, this can torch off, this can turn off, and this torch goes on. So we have ourselves an AND gate. And well, this is actually kind of a half adder. Alright, the next part is a bit more complicated. As you can see, this is a bit of a larger board, but we're not afraid of large boards, or are we? So yeah, we have the A, the B, and this one is special because it also has a carry in. So if we have a cell here, and let's say this one has like an input. You I want redstone blocks. I don't need you. Let's say someone inputs 1 plus 1 in the first adder. So that outputs a sum of 0 and a carry out of 1. As we saw, if both on the AND gate gives a carry out signal. So it goes into this adder, and this one needs to do something with it. So yeah, that's just the carry in. We have 0 plus 0 plus 0 is of course a sum that is 0, and the carry out, so the bit that gets put into the next adder, is also 0. And it doesn't really matter if you switch the C in, the B and the A all around, because they're worth the same. So yeah, if we add 0, 0 and 1, it's 1. We add 0, 1, 0, it's also 1. If you add 0 plus 1 plus 1, it's a carry out on, and the sum is off. So 1 plus 0 plus 0 is again just a sum 1. 1 plus 0 plus 1 is again the sum of the carry on, or carry out on. 1 plus 1 plus 0 is again the carry out on and this one off, the sum, and 1 plus 1 plus 1 is the sum on and the carry out on. So that's actually everything we need to know. And let's think again and try to excuse me, make this into an adder, a full adder actually. So when does the the sum go on. That's the first thing we want. Not here. Watch this. Here the sum goes on. We have 1 1 in the thing. Here it goes on. We have another 1 there. It's off here. Here it's on. We have a 1. And here it's on. And we have 1, 2, 3 ones. So what can we say about the sum? It's always uneven, right? If the amount of ones is uneven, then the sum will turn on, and we're going to have like this this wire running from here into these adders from the previous bit. So let's just add another XOR gate at the back, because what can we do with another XOR gate? I'll just quickly build it. The fun thing about XOR gates is they give out the same exact signal as they get in. So a 1 in, they will get a 1 out, and a 0 in, they give a 0 out. And if we just plop the carry in onto this wire, we can invert it. So I'll just use a lever. Alright, so we said if the number of ones is even, it needs to be off, and uneven, it needs to be on. Let's just test it. We want like this is an even number. Only this one is on. And it's on. But if we turn this one on, the output goes off. And if we also turn this one on, what happens is this XOR is off, allowing this one to go on. So as you can see, it works. The next step is the carry out. So when is the carry out on? Not here, not here, not here. Here the carry out is on. So 1 1 there and 1 1 there. And here's the carry out on. 1 1 there and 1 there. Here with 1 1 there and 1 1 there. And here's the carry out on with 1 there, a 1 there, and a 1 there. So if there are 2 or 3 ones at a time, the carry out will turn on. Well, we can also already detect if these two are on, like this one and this one. If they're at the same time, this light will turn on. And we also want that if this one is on and this one is on, that's a combination we want to check, and this combination. So in both the combinations we want to check, there's one lever at this one flicked, always. So let's say it's this one. Then this will give an input. So it's just like we've plopped this lever into here. And we already know how we can build an AND gate out of this, right? We just plop a torch there. And if we OR them together, like this, and I'll move you real quick. Can? Yes, I can. So, now, if there are 2 levers at a time, the lamp goes on. If there are 3 levers at a time, the lamp is still on. If these 2 levers are on, the lamp is also on. If this lever and that lever are on, the lamp is also on. So as you can see, if there are 2 or 3 levers on, this lamp turns on. And yeah, that's actually all there is to it. So we can just build this kind of thing. And this is used for easy stacking. So this wire right here, if we just build the same thing over and over again, will connect to this thing here from the next bit. And this is the carry in, as we know. And this is the carry out. So that's good. And I've placed this block right here. So because otherwise this will happen, and we don't want that to happen. So like this. Why not quickly build another one next to it? So we again build our XOR gate. I'm going to do this as fast as I can, like it actually probably is faster when I just take my time for it, but yeah, like this, and whoop 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 whoop, torch torch, block block block, redstone dust, redstone torch, so torch, this there, whoop whoop, and also like this and this. Oh, other side, hop 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 hop, and torch there, connect them all, and as you see, this wire that comes from this bit, it goes down here, into the next one. So that's good. Let's just give it a quick test. Give it inputs. Alright, so before we test it, I'm going to label everything. This is the A input. And well, let's be a little bit more specific. This is A0. And you know, just to make it easy, I call that A1. And this is A2. This is B1. And this is B2. So the A and the A2, they are one number together, and the B1 and the B2 are a number together. And the A1 is worth 1, and the A2 is worth 2. So we can make a number like maybe this is 2, and now we have 3. Then we can add like, what shall we add? Maybe something interesting like just 1 plus 1, okay? So 1 plus 1. The carry out turns on, it gives power to the next bit, and as you can see, 1 plus 1 is actually 2, so that's correct. We can also add like maybe 1 plus 3, and then this will turn on, and the last of these wires is also a part of the output. So I'll just link that up. So we did 1 plus 3, the A is 3 and the B is 1, so that should be 4. And watch this, it's 4. I hope you understood what I tried to say, and yeah, if you did, please leave a rating or something, and do all those good things like sharing and commenting. And it's getting night here, so yeah, that's actually so really nice guys sent me some comments on previous videos, and therefore I was reminded to make more videos about this. I may just forget that I was doing this series if they weren't so nice to comment. And yeah, I hope you all have a good day, and I see you all later.
Make some noise.